beyond the non-invitation of Yele, I really see nothing to comment on in relation to the invitation of all these presidential aspirants.
Will it be correct then to say that Omoyele Sowore is your favorite candidate?
If we're following ideology, I should be supporting Yele Sowore. But there is an issue that I believe needs to be addressed. Nigeria claims to be a federation, and one of the foundation of that federation is federal character. That federal character it didn't come recently. It's something that has been in our constitution as far back as 1954. Going by that, as far as I'm concerned, I cannot look beyond an Igbo candidate in this race, and thanks to God, there is an eminently qualified Igbo candidate in this race, and that is the person I will be supporting.
That's Peter Obi.
Yes, to be precise, that's the person I'll be supporting in the coming election.
Delefari to me reveals the only candidate that has energized and given the youth hope. Ahead of the forthcoming 2023 elections, lots of prominent Nigerians have given their opinion concerning the presidential candidate. And while speaking on Arise TV show this morning on the topic foreign junkets and horse trading, Delefari to me, who is a lawyer, had one of the two things to say. In his belief, the country has become a hopeless place in the last 7 years, completely shunned on hope, and not everyone will be able to escape Nigeria or descend into violence, as Nigerians would have to be given hope in one form or the other. For him, the only candidate that has energized the youth and given them hope this season is Peter Obi, and if that hope is dashed, there will be reasons to be afraid, and which is why he is not sure Nigeria is prepared for what is likely to happen if people's votes are stolen or if they will be discounted. And I could not agree, to be honest. I mean, I could not agree more to what, Delefari to me is one. You have to respect the man. If there's anything he speaks, facts. No printer. Facts. Now listen, I feel like it's totally true. I think with the youth that have been more intentional than ever to changing what the country is like. Because I feel like the youth have just been more exposed, to be honest. In just understanding that, hello, we do deserve better. And just, their reaction and the organization with the NSAS protest, it was a shock for a lot of Nigerians, even though, yes, it really was built up, frustrations that really did come out. And even though some people were frustrated, the fear didn't let them, but for a lot of the youth, they did come out. And I think Nigerians are also, the youth are energized and have been, and also do refer and have the confidence that, listen, we did it for NSAS, we can do it again here. So really, because personally, what Delefari to me is saying, I totally believe. If, votes are not counted or that hope that Peter Obi has given the youth is dashed, there will be problems. There will be significant problems, because there is one thing we know for sure. I don't think anyone wants APC or any candidate it offers to be in office. Neither do they also want Atiku as well. And so the PDP in itself, let's also not forget that the reason why, they're not in office is because they wanted them out. And at that time, we thought they were the worst thing to ever happen to Nigeria. So really, it is that same cycle. At the end of the day, the intention is always to bring what is better than the last. But what has happened repetitively is that we bring what is worse than the last time. So in our intention to be progressive, our actions show retrogression. That is very bad. And so really, for Nigerians, for the youth that really do not care, and maybe that is why a lot of people would say that the youth, the obedience seem very forceful or forward, and if you're not with Peter Obi, then they'd be against you. It's not that. It's the fact that they're so determined to make sure that no one else gets in there but Peter Obi. And it's not just some fandom or some euphoria online, and it's just some movement where the youth just have energy, because really the argument that the youth just carry energy and don't do any action, which has been very much a strong narrative for years, was quashed with the NSAS. Like, okay, fine, these youths are backing what they say and the fact that they're not going to take anything. These are different generational youths, and with that, it's like you may others or other candidates of other parties that don't support, the man of the hour would find it intimidating and say, excuse me, I don't have to support Peter Obi. But then for them, they're like, we don't care. Peter Obi is the one getting there. And I think why it is very important is because that they are very intentional with who they put there, because we don't want to then have a president that no one, really was as intentional to vote for. Dedicated ones say my vote don't count, this one doesn't want to vote, and the ones that vote are compromised and vulnerable Nigerians who sold their votes. And so we end up really passing the blame, but not really passing the blame, because first of all, you're blaming the government that is really their job, but really you weren't intentional and you did not care to focus on who you're going to put in office to really look out for you. So really, yes, I do personally, I believe what he's saying is the absolute truth. I do not know what would happen if, if the hope of the youth is dashed. And I think really as intentional, I mean, we, from voters registration, we could literally see the voting population double or even triple. I mean, in 2019 or something, was it 2019? Yes. Or 2015, I think it was about 20 million people that voted in a country of 200 million people. That is a problem. That is a very, very big problem. And you're talking, yes, that's literally what, 10% of the population voting. That is a problem. And understanding that, the youth being the most populous demographic, and understanding that, I think we are a lot. So really, for the youth, it's like they say it's a game of numbers, right? We're going to give them the numbers. And if anything, the youth are going to own this decision that we put you there. So really, as much as everyone is thinking, oh, wow, Peter Obi, this, yes, he looks like the man for the job. We're recruiting, we're raising our standards. Okay, fine. But really, I think this is our first step to Nigerians or the people actually having their voting power when it comes to accountability. Because if Peter Obi should get into the presidency and messes up, or becomes even worse than APC, which again, let's be honest, look at what the patterns have been. The decisions that we've made in the past have been that we put in worse candidates than the previous administration. So let's just say that Peter Obi does not live up to the expectation or does not do his duties well. Nigerians can fully, literally hold and say, we put you there, and the accountability is stronger. And so, if anything, I think that is where, when individuals actually put their votes and are intentional to put somebody there to actually fix the problem. And I think it's very important because you have this present administration that really rewards impunity. And I mean, the biggest, which of course the youth, really were forging forward and are still holding to this day, is the EndSARS process. Because how in a sane country would you have a massacre happen like that and no one, it became even a joke at some point. Because again, the youth of Nigeria, okay, fine, sometimes they flex, but they can very, they've shown to be very focused as well. And so there are times where we're literally looking for answers. Who ordered the killings? And to think that the main character at the time, Tinubu, who was literally, again, it's not like it's confirmed, but like who he at the time when it came to the suspicious and all that, like he was pretty much a very big name, is running for the presidential seat, and you believe that the youth would go for you. It's crazy. But then again, it's not crazy because even Tinubu himself has his supporters. But what do you think about this in the comment section below? And don't forget to like and subscribe.